So I feel like I know this table pretty well. I think I have all the stuff up. Yep. All right.
Yep.
And I know my camera's a little off tonight, but that's okay. So welcome to Monster Bash. I've played this table a lot. I'm going to start with the overview, and then we're going to let Goodgrief talk about the table while I play around on it a bit. To explain the table to you, there is the skill shot, which is pretty basic. Out the plunger lane, up to the top three, and whichever one's blinking, you can select that with your flipper button. The modes, just starting from the creatures left to right. Creature from the Black Lagoon. You get this in the hole 4 times. That will start Creature from the Black Lagoon mode. To progress through that mode, you'll have various lit shots. Typically, they're the outer orbits, the inner ramps. I think that's it for creature. Next up, Bride of Frankenstein. She's accessed by getting both of these ramps. You get each one 3 times, which gets the mode ready, and then you launch the mode from there. You can continue the mode with continuous shots to the ramp, which will build up a bonus. And moving over to Frankenstein, you collect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 body parts. Then you shoot it up the ramp for Frankenstein. That'll light him up, but it also starts the multi-ball mode. So once you get it over there for Frankenstein, it comes down and launches multi-ball. At which point, Frankenstein becomes a super jackpot, and the ramps and outer orbits become jackpots, as well as, I believe, Monster Mosh Pit. I can't remember about Creature, but Creature's active during Monster Bash, which we'll get to. Mummy is a little different. You get to Mummy through pop bumper progression, so I think it's 50 hits, but we'll go check that. And then when you get to Mummy mode, it's kind of like Creature and Wolfman. You get the lit shots, which are typically the outer orbits, the ramps, and Monster Mosh Pit. Wolfman is the outer orbits. You do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and you can go up either side, and that will light Full Moon Fever, which is progressed usually with the outer orbits. Dracula, you light him by spelling Dracula by hitting Drac Attack here. Obviously, you spell it 5 letters, so 6 letters. Yeah, 6 letters. You can come in if you'd like. And then there's some additional things with the table, but that's the basic modes. There's also Phantom Flip, which you can light with the Phantom shots here. You'll see one here, one here.
It may shock you.
I forget how many times you have to hit it. There's 3 shots right up here.
So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your
And then basically it lights Phantom Flip. Phantom Flip is, to me, useless, but essentially the ball comes down when this is lit. If you keep your hands off, it'll flip it. Sometimes on some tables it goes up Bride. From what I've seen on most tables, it doesn't go where you want it to, and you may make a better shot 99% of the times. We'll let Grief tell us about Tomb Treasure. I can't remember what that does. But after you finish each mode, you have a shot at getting a instrument as well. So there's usually a lit shot after you get through the mode timer that will allow you to collect an instrument. Completing all of the monsters, instruments aside, lights you up for Monster Bash. And you start Monster Bash with the scoop. We'll get to that in a minute, but that's the beginning of the wizard modes. The ultimate wizard mode is Monsters of Rock. I've never gotten to that. We'll let Goodgrief tell us how to get there. I assume it's getting all the monsters and all the instruments, but I'm not sure. There's also Monster Mosh Pit, which you can build up the value for by shooting it up here continuously. And there's a Mosh Pit mode you can launch. The scoop is designated for your mystery reward or mystery award. It also launches Mummy Mayhem, which is the mummy mode, Drac Attack, the Dracula mode, Monster Mosh Pit, which is what I just described, where you can build it up, and once you launch it, it's another bonus mode, Monster Bash, Monsters of Rock, and Extra Ball.
It might even horrify you.
What did I
And if
miss?
you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain,
Can you hear me?
your chance to
I can now. Welcome.
push upon you.
So I went over the basics of the table. I'm going to play while you correct me and tell us more about it.
Yeah. Dive right and have some fun.
Turn down my exciters.
So Marty went over a lot of the high-level details, and as he's playing here, he'll start to enter in some of these modes. But as he's just getting started, so the playfield layout is it's pretty simple, right? You have your 6 creatures, starting with the creature on the left. Then you have your two loops, left and right loop. That when you're hitting it up the loops, that's how you're getting your 4 shots to start your full moon fever, as well as the mummy mayhem. So the full moon fever activates whenever you do a full cycle around the top, but if it were to drop down into the pop bumpers, it doesn't count as a
Right.
full cycle. And then you have your left ramp. So this is the one that's used to light the and play the ball and chain. You have your Frankenstein.
That one.
Yeah. You have your Frankenstein. So it's at first it's blocked by the these motorized drop targets. So once you hit those 7 times, then it'll open up, and that'll be the middle or center ramp that will start your Frankenstein multi-ball.
If you're any good, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have your center lane, so that's the mosh pit. And that's used to light the mosh pit multi-ball, and it's also used during pretty much all the other modes. Right? It has a function within a lot of the other modes we'll get to later on that. And then you have your tomb treasure target up in the top right corner, right above the dig there. And then we have the scoop, which Marty had explained about the scoop.
That.
Yeah. So that scoop's pretty interesting too, right? There's a lot that goes on with the scoop.
A lot
We'll
with the
get
scoop.
more details later on, but that even has the I'm not sure if everybody knows about the, I'm sure everybody does, but in the event you don't, there's the Lyman Layment that is, it's a mode that starts after you've hit that scoop 44 times. And you know,
You can also launch it with there's a cheat
it is a
with
cheat.
your flippers.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a cheat for
It's
it.
also a cheat, and in order to activate the cheat, you start a fresh new game, and you have to have at least 1 credit on the machine, and you hit the left flipper 11 times, then hit the right once, and then you hit the left flipper 5 times, hit the right once, and then you hit the left flipper 6 times and hit the right once. So it's basically spelling out 3 letters and then the right flippers to accept each one. Then once you've typed in that code, you launch the ball, and after you've launched the ball, then you have to hit it into the scoop to activate the Lyman's Layment. And then
All right, we're in Mummy Mayhem, by the way.
Mummy Mayhem. Nice. All right, since you're in Mummy
Accidentally.
Mayhem, let me skip to that real quick. So Mummy Mayhem, this is 45 seconds, right? You have to score 7.5 million points within those 45 seconds. All switches score 50,000, and jets are tripled, so it's a minimum of 30,000. So each major shot is lit for a mayhem jackpot, whose score is like 500,000 plus all the switches since the last jackpot.
Oh, come on.
So
Not
this
enough
one
power.
here, this is a lot easier because for me to score that in 45 seconds is it's difficult for me to do.
Is it?
But the if you can stack your modes. So if you can actually have the
Yeah, I only got 10.
You got 10.
And I got the instrument.
Nice.
I don't know anything about hacking the modes or...
Right, yeah, we'll get into that here in a second. So going back to the Lyman's layman, you'll know once you hit the scoop after you've typed in the code or you've actually hit it 44 times, because Lyman's voiceover, he'll start coming in and start talking trash, talking to you, saying you're not going to make the shot or that was horrible, and basically a lot of trash talking is what's happening.
That creature feature didn't last long.
I was looking down. What happened?
I
Yeah.
started the mode and drained. And it's 60 shots for the mummy. I was wrong. I do a lot better at this than usual.
And then just to finish off the playfield, you have the Dracula's coffin, and no, that's it for the playfield. Just the layout, the general layout of the playfield. So you
How many-
say you
go ahead.
creature feature right before?
What? Yeah, I had launched it.
Yeah. You were gonna say?
I was just upset that I had drained the ball so quick. It was more of an abrupt comment of emotion.
Just expressing yourself.
I was very disappointed. I usually score 20 million on my first ball.
And well, you can't let people down. Rune says he's here to see some monsters get bashed, so you better get to bashing.
I know. I've only gotten one so far.
All eyes on you, buddy. Nope.
I know I can get to Monster Bash. It's Monsters of Rock. I've never gotten to. I saw Frisco get to it the other night. It was nuts.
Yeah, I actually watched Dead Flip. He did I think he had a 1.3 billion game, and the whole time I'm watching it, like I'm sweating probably more than he is. I don't know when there's like just those intense moments, I always I don't realize it until afterwards, but I hold my breath. But it was pretty intense.
And here goes Mummy Mayhem again.
Okay.
So we artificially finished Creature.
Yep.
We'll get Mummy pretty good.
Creature real quick. So that is it's a 20-second and hurry up. Right? So during the creature feature, you're going to shoot all the major shots. Your loops, your ramps, the mosh lane, in any order until the time runs out.
Just have a good game. And then I'll just... Alright, one more to start Creature. One more to start Frank.
Yeah, and this is where the stacking comes in. So when I was watching Dead Flip play his amazing game, what he would do is he would get each creature one away from starting.
Oof.
Then he would go through and start each one, and then he would activate Frankenstein multi-ball, because each one of these
During-
modes are timed. But then once you're in multi-ball, each mode stays active that you have active before you enter multi-ball. And once in multi-ball, the time limit is null and void. The time limit is gone.
Wow.
So then you can just go through and knock out all of them.
So that doesn't matter. You don't have to have them all stacked. You could stack 2 or 3 and do that.
Yes. Yep. You don't have to have them all stacked. So any mode that you have active before starting a multi-ball stays active in multi-ball.
Okay.
But the
So get
time
Frank
limit-
ready, and then
Yeah.
get 2 or 3 others ready.